ازيكم يا شباب، الاخبار ايه؟ قال ما كده كده وتركز معايا في التصحيح بتاع اليونتس دي بالذات. نمبر 1. shopping is easier and faster than traditional shopping. اكيد اونلاين. The air is cleaner now because there has been all in the use of car reduction. The television remote control has many. Which one I used to turn the receiver on has many buttons. Please this mobile with this one. Tell me whether they are alike or different. Compare. Compare with. I took a great photo of the pyramids and I am it onto a website. Downloading ولا uploading؟ أكيد uploading into. You have to the prices if you want to sell more. The market is depressed. Reduce. وهنا depressed في حالة كساد. This woman in gold so she must be rich. تريد زين يتاجر فيه. Press this when you want to switch off the computer. This button. Thanks to policeman's effort. Thanks to معناها بفضل. There has been in the rate of the car theft reduction. I can't send this email because the computer is offline. كانت تنفع is not connected مش contacted. Unfortunately, a goat has eaten the of the trees that I have just planted. Leaves. An engineer is going to leave the factory and you need to find a for him replacement. My exam results were to my brothers. They were almost the same. Compared to. Hazim's phoning a tour company to a holiday in Siwa Oasis. Spend the holiday. You have to have a credit card to buy things أكيد online. I'll ask my teacher to my paragraph so that I know how good it is. Mark. There are on the trunk of the tree. I think they are made of blood. Marks علامات. You the peel of the banana before you eat it. Peel اللي هي القشرة. Remove. His hair is a little less darker than it was because it has been by the sun. تاني عشان الجملة سخيفة. A little less darker يعني أقل في درجة اللون في الغمقان than it was because it has been bleached. شمس اديته لون أبيض شوية. He is a fish. The market near to our house. He is a fish. The market near to our house. Trader تاجر. تجزئة طبعا. All as a music enthusiast الحاجة اللي بتحبها قبل يبقى enthusiast. Paper is paper that white or lighter in color. Uh, white or lighter in color. Recycled paper. الورق المعاد. تصميم مرة أخرى بيبقى أقل في الدرجة شوية. If you urgently need money, I'll give you all I have. Just wait until tomorrow. If you urgently need money, I'll give you all I have available. Mrs. Nawal is used to. Is used to يجرى الفعل في ال ing كله موجود ing. Two dirty clothes for a time before washing them. Mrs. Nawal is used to bleaching ولا soaking. طيب two dirty clothes for a time before washing them. احنا قلنا soak يعني ينقع. bleach يعني يبيض. بنتكلم عن dirty clothes. dirty clothes محتاجة تتبيض. يبقى soaking. The of the tree of the fruit آسف that I like most is mango. The type. Rana is really about tennis. Enthusiastic about. لكن interested in. keen on. فبالتالي في فروق كبيرة أوي. A paint is a kind of gadget used for painting walls. Ruler. You can the music you want from the internet onto your mobile. Download. Has always been a lot of between Egypt and Europe. Trade. All kinds of hair have lots of chemical in them. Hair colors. An art is a book or a set of books that gives information about many subjects, encyclopedia, and so on. If you are today, you can meet tomorrow. We can meet tomorrow يبقى unavailable. I admire people who generate in their sons for having a good education. Enthusiasm, حماس. Today, paper, plastic, and the glass can all be recycled. After the storm, workmen, a lot of sand from the roots, removed. The ball passed from between the goalkeeper's legs and slowly rolled into the goal. My mother has a special for cutting vegetables. Gadget. My father is no longer about playing football as he was in his youth. Enthusiastic. The novel is not as an epoch yet, but you will be able to get next year available. The best thing about is that you can easily carry it and read it anytime. Paperback book لا غلاف ورقي عشان سهل انت الاتنين تطبقه وممكن تحطه في جيبك بيبقى سهل الحمل شوية. The play is very popular. You better check the availability. Aren't made from paper, so we don't need to cut down trees. Epochs. The story I'm reading is an interesting of fact and fiction collection ولا mixture. مم. نفكر بقى كده مع بعض. fact and fiction ده حاجتين عكس بعض. collection بتبقى دايما حاجتين شبه بعض. يعني collection of books يبقى collection أكيد مش هتنفع. ها خلي بالك من دي. أول ما عليك تطلع على collection هتختار. New are always expensive at first. That's why the price of e-reader is high. Epochs الكتب الإلكترونية. Some people believe that CD-ROM will books in the future replace. I'm happy to help you both and work in our company, but this depends on the availability of jobs. There are different kinds of. One of the most modern of these is a e-reader. Gadgets, أجهزة. I'm sure the minister will see us unless he is unavailable. We could stop people cutting too many trees. This way we can global warming reduce. If I hear does it pain press لو ضغطت في هذا المكان بتشعر بألم. If you two colors you get a new one. Mix. I wanted to complain to the manager of the camp that he was unavailable. You can eat books from internet websites, but you have to pay for this download. Before you can cook these beans, you have to them for 3 hours. Soak them. When I saw the tears down my father's cheeks, I knew my grandmother had died. Rolling. My brother hasn't shown any يعني يظهر any enthusiasm. لم يظهر أي حماس. You can white shirts to keep them looking clean. أيوة white shirt يبقى bleach. To flatten papyrus, the ancient Egyptian used rock as a ruler زي البقرة كده اللي بيساوي بيها الأشياء. During the process of making paper, paper has to pass through hot rollers مكابس. Whenever I put the pen on the desk, it rolls. تعال نروح للجرامر feature. We fish for dinner. Father has booked a table at a fish restaurant. We are having ولا will be having fish are having will be having. By this time next week, I my exam result will have known. Shall by this time. Can I meet you this time tomorrow? I'm sorry. No. Uh, I'll be giving a lecture. ليه مش may be giving؟ عشان أنا أكدت عليك. لأ. قد قطعي. Look, there is a sandstorm. I'll close the window. قرار لحظي. I arrived here 6 days ago. By 12 o'clock tomorrow, I will have been here. Future perfect. Bye. There are a lot of people in the room. تنبؤ بدليل. So going to. I predict that in the future, mobile phones, much smaller, will be made. I haven't seen Mr. Ashraf for over 20 years. I'm sure his appearance will have changed. يتغير كتير. We're climbing tomorrow. Why don't you come with us? We are going. Why don't you come sailing with us? I'm sure you will enjoy. رأي شخصي. This car engine, there is hardly any petrol left in the tank. Is going to stop تنبؤ بدليل. I'm going to Aswan tonight. When my train arrives there, I will have traveled. Someone is at the door. I will see. قرار لحظي. When I'm 35, I and had children. And had تصريف تالت ها؟ هو حلها لك كده. I will have married. Those bags look heavy. I'll carry them for you. I'm going to watch the film. It starts. ميعاد محدد مسبقا. Why are you turning on the gas oven for إيمان؟ يوم بتشغل البوتاجاز ليه؟ بتشغل البوتاجاز مكان واخدة القرار قبل ما تقوم. I'm going to make. مستر I will make. لا يا حبيبي، ده مش قرار لحظي. ده هي قامت من مكانها وراحت لغاية البوتاجاز مكانها واخدة قرار، عارفة هتعمل ايه. 18. I to work tomorrow. I have phoned and told my boss. Uh, I'm not going. ترتيب مسبق. After I have read chapter 10, I the whole novel. Chapter 2 has taken a long time to finish. I will have revised. By 2030, a lot of our desert land will have been reclaimed. I can see you this evening. I will be doing. There is a book club meeting after school, and everyone is going to go to Nabok Dali. I can see you at the club tonight. اعتذار present continuous زي ما قلنا. I am meeting him at the weekend. I will probably meet. دايما probably مع will. 25 anything next Friday. I have had no plans so far. Are you doing? عشان بسألك عن ميعاد محدد. Your present continuous. I think my brother will be a doctor عشان التنبؤ على صفة ثابتة clever. The exam plays on 2nd January. Take place. ميعاد محدد present simple مع غير عقل. I an English exam next Monday. I hope it will be easy. I'm taking. ترتيب لشخص. الزمالك are playing الأهلي tomorrow. الزمالك ياخد طبعا. أنا مش بتكلم عن فريق ككل، بتكلم عن 11 لعيب من قوام الفريق. بتكلم عليهم بصيغة الجمع البعض والبعض. I'm sure the match will be تنبؤ. Tomorrow a football match with my friend. الزمالك are playing my team. Tomorrow I'm watching. ترتيب مسبق. I expect you at the weekend. Sure thing. I expect I'll see you. I'm not taking enough exercise, so I have made a decision. I'm going to join عشان decision. I'm going to. This year, I'm going to Italy. Good idea. I'm sure you will enjoy it. He to China on Monday of next week. He has already booked a flight. He is traveling. Today the sun rises. By 12 o'clock tonight, I will have revised. Over the next few years, more new cities will have been built. Over the years, perfect. In the future, all our banking will be done. تنبؤ بلا دليل. By next year, this hospital, our non-celebrity will open it, will have finished. The new underground railway line will, by 2025, have been built. Dress quickly. We are in 5 minutes. هنمشي خلال 5 دقايق. ترتيب مسبق يبقى we are leaving. Hurry up, your train leaves. جدول. I'd like to show you our new flat mirror. Okay, I will come. قرار لحظي. أي قرار في حوار بيبقى قرار لحظي. I my next mid-year holiday in Luxor. It's arranged. I'm spending. I have decided that I'm going to sell. I anything tomorrow. Would you like me to come with you? I'm not doing. I expect the weather will be fine. What is the weather forecast for tomorrow? It's going to rain. تنبؤ بدليل. That is the phone. I will answer. قرار لحظي. I'm having lunch with friends tomorrow. We are meeting. She an archaeologist when she leaves university that's her plan يبقى she is going to. Neighbors have bought a flat in Cairo. Perhaps they are going to move. تنبؤ بدليل. في next week يا مستر. أيوة ما هو بيقول لي perhaps. يبقى ده تاريخ افتراضي أنا اللي حاططه من دماغي. She's flying to London at the weekend. Her flight leaves. Watch out, the baby is going to fall. تحذير لحظي. Mona 16 next week will be. I'm traveling into space tomorrow. The launch is. Ahmed and I are going. I'm going to the airport in a minute. I'm flying. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I'm meeting. Oh, I'm going back to meet. مفيش I'm meeting. عشان plan. By tomorrow morning, you will have known. By 2100, hundreds of forests will have been saved. You can be sure the price of erasers when more people buy them will reduce. استمتع بقى distinguished students كويس عايز تفكير. تعال نبص على السامبل تيست. I won't be home at 6:30 this afternoon. I'll be having. The book reader is an electronic book. I'm not a great for climbing mountains. It's dangerous with lots of risks. Enthusiast متحمس. Where can I find this medicine? Please, doctor, available. I've seen an interesting article on the net, which I have downloaded. Oil floats on the surface of the water because the both don't mix. In the next few years, hundreds of forests will have been saved. Or will be saved. Some old inventions are no longer used now. They are become part of history. عفى عليها الزمن. Mona is really about her university course, enthusiastic. By 2050, air pollution will have been eliminated. Passive. As I talked, he stared at me with mixture. Neither Dina nor Dalia is now. I'll phone Nora to see if she is free. Uh, available. It's hoped that a cure for cancer will, in the near future, will be found. I'm having, I'm flying to London tomorrow morning. My plane leaves. جدول مسبق. أحمد the football enthusiast. The paper we use for making books is either recycled. We the truth until we talk to Mr. Smith himself. Want to know عشان هنا جاي قبلها future وبعدها present. A CD-ROM is a CD which large quantities of information can be stored. On which store on يخزن على What are your plans for the next summer holiday I'm spending؟ ايه ده يا مستر؟ ما جت قبل كده plans وحطينا going to صح بس كده I am going to present continuous و be going to بيحلوا محل بعض في البلانز فغالبا بيجيب لي واحد من الاتنين. When the next train to Alexandria please؟ When is؟ Can hold a lot of information and are small enough to carry in your pocket CD-ROMs. I'm going to take my umbrella with me tomorrow. It will probably rain. I to study medicine at university because I want to be a doctor. I'm going to apply. In the future, I think books will be replaced by official replaced by as ordinary books and the e-books will be published. My first computer didn't work, so they sent me a replacement بديل. They said that they will traditional school books with e-books replaced by. To tennis, football is much more interesting compared to بالمقارنة بيه. The school 50 years old next year will be. We a family party on Friday are having أي حفلة عائلية present continuous مرتبة من قبل. I think in the future the problem of air pollution will be solved ولا will solve itself will solve itself. يا جماعة الإكسترا يونت صحح الإكسترا يونت ده مهم عشان فيه الفيتشر كله. تعالوا نخش على يونت 3. You have lent me lots of money and I appreciate. Noah wants to have a in flying. She would like to be a pilot career. Mr. Hisham is really teacher. He is a treasure of information. Respected. دي وراها المهنة. Respectful تاخد two outwards. When you successfully finish a university course, you are awarded تمنح شهادة علمية. Zaf Hospital is responsible for the people working in the hospital. Director. If you are president of a country, it is you who govern. The bride was very her wedding dress. The happiest was her mother. Hmm. The bride was very impressive. Nasa in her wedding dress. Nasa in. My father is currently ill and I am in charge of. The Nobel Prize is the highest من غير ما تفكر أول. She has spent for a new car like her brother. She has given me a headache. Arguing for. Arguing for. The work you have done is you have done nothing better in your life. Appreciative. Should always be to your respectful too. Whoever says such bad things is not a respectable person at all. شخص غير جدير بالاحترام. It is important that you share in building our or your country to share positively. He is not employee. He works for himself. Government employee. هو مش بيشتغل في الحكومة بيشتغل حر لو freelance يعني. He is a very if I ever do anything for him he is very appreciative. كل مرة بعمل له حاجة بيثني عليا. He has graduated in medicine but needs to get a
license رخصة دائمة. Nurses have an important rule. When you act in a film, you have to follow the instruction of the director. Women's for the job of a pilot is still a point of disagreement despite them being skillful. Suitability. Some people for the new law argue for or argue against. Argue for. Home and school each has a role. ليهم دور. Your is the part of your life you spent working. Your career. حياتك المهنية الفترة اللي اشتغلت فيها. You can't fly a plane unless you have a pilot's license. I prefer singing to singing in a group يبقى solo. I'm very pleased and of the support you have given me. Appreciative. Please صفة وراها صفة. There is a sign on the road that cars to the north coast directs. The manager of the company is the person who directs. In Egypt are many tourist attractions that impress. Should never risk sailing. Always have someone to help you. Solo أكيد sailing solo. I'd really eat if you take my son to school in your car. Appreciate. A good teacher is a teacher whose work is effective. Some people still believe that is not a suitable job for their daughters. Nursing, Tom Reed. Someone flies solo. The concert started with performance on the cut that we all enjoy. Solo. In her newspaper article, Dr. Aisha powerfully for argued for. Mr. Jackson is a well-known musician. He's famous as a guitar soloist in the team where everyone has a mission ولا أرول. تعالى بقى نرجع للفرق. play a role لكن do mission مش تنفع مش هتنفع mission sorry عشان مفيش do. It was a great football match. Both teams played very positively. بيلعبوا بإيجابية على المرمى. Some films are not suitable for. I have bought a new car, but it hasn't been licensed yet. She thought it was very necessary to improve women's in society, improve women's position. It's very important for a hospital to have well-trained nursing staff. She was a really woman who had done a lot of good things for her country. Impressive. My uncle is in of the science department. Charge. It's illegal to carry a gun unless you are licensed. معك رخصة. He gave me a lot of advice uncountable. In her book, Dr. Aisha, for a more positive role for women, argued Iman was, when she got the full mark in English, over the moon. Is a man in charge of? Young children are usually very respectful towards, respectful to. The woman waved very to the man who saved her son from drowning, appreciatively. بامتنان. All the teachers in my school have got from universities which are famous degrees. Exercise can have a effect on your health and fitness. Positive. Dr. Aisha in many universities in different countries taught the recept. educate تعلمت استفدت في أكتر من جامعة لكن تدرس The man I borrowed this money is a friend of my father's. From whom? Last night I read a comprehension passage in which I found وجدت فيها we better decide verb يبقى what. Too much noise is what is verb. Ask something which I can do for you. صح؟ مفيش which، ولو which موجود مش هتنفع. ايه ده يا مستر ليه؟ عشان something دايما تاخد that. He says he's too busy. He really means تاخد by يبقى by which. May I know to deliver this email to whom I will. عشان في to. The email to Ali last night hasn't arrived yet. عندي verb. هذا email I sent to Ali. مينفعش which I sent it يا ابني. which و it تيجي ازاي؟ دي كان أصلها which I sent وحذفت which عشان وراها جملة. This is the room in which عشان in. Has a lot of friends which means وهذا يعني which عايدة على الجملة. At a time when I have got a telescope I can see a lot of the distant stars at night. With which Mr. Hadi's flat which is my father is the person I depend on whom. Tomorrow I'm taking you to a place you will like very much. A place which عشان like بتوصف المكان أو that طبعا which أو that. Tomorrow I'm taking you to a place you can run ده فعل هيحصل في المكان يبقى where. 2005 was the year when مفيش when يبقى in which my brother got married. المفروض هنا تبقى in which مكتوبة in when فيها غلطة بس صغيرة. 2005 was the year my sister got her PhD. When? Last week you threw away an old magazine which I need now or I now need. They said something very cruel. I think they should apologize. For which? Apologize for. The day to the meeting is Monday. Which is suggested وحذفنا which is واكتفينا ب suggested. برافو. Ali spent a month in England which taught him which تعد على جملة كاملة. I'm hoping to study science at university. I like to work as a research assistant. After which وبعد هذا my friend Mona whose father my brother Tamir who plays for متنفعش ذات عشان في كوما. The town I work is 20 kilometers away from my village where I work. Do you remember the day on which he asked me where I had been? To which I replied, reply to. My brother went to Alexa University, where Cleopatra, who was Agatha Christie, is a famous writer whose books Woman's Day, which marks في كوما مينفعش ذات. He's a short he's a sort of writer whose works أعملها. I have been reading about famous women, which Alexandria, where I'm going to a meeting at which عشان meeting مكان صغير. I have a pen friend John whose interests. I'd like to know the reason for which. Yesterday I played a game with my brother which the train my friend traveled to Cairo. Arrived too late. Travel by ولا travel in. تعال أفكرك بحاجة. هنا ذا ترين ادام حطينا ازاي ما ينفعش باي نقول باي ترين على طول. طيب امال استخدم ايه؟ ان بتيجي مع كار وتاكسي اون مع باقي المواصلات يبقى اون ويتش. خلي بالك من الجملة دي الله يبارك لك. The nurse whose responsibility. The person does most of the cooking in our family is my mother. هو طبعا. The person met yesterday is her friend's mother. She met. أصل الجملة who she met. There are some sports where in the past traders used to travel in groups, which were known as caravans. My mother and I have just had a telephone conversation in which 1980 1980 he traveled to France. He first started his business and it was very successful. اتفقنا مع بعض نقول which is when يبقى equal when, which is where equal where, which is what equal what يبقى which is where. The last year fell down in the earthquake. The house built last year. أصلا the house which was built حذفنا which was. distinguished enjoy your time معاه وتفكيرك كده يبقى حاضر. Normally people argue for. Fortunately there wasn't too much gas inside the tank that. I read a newspaper article in which no one can deny Dr. Aisha pioneering rule. Cotton clothes are suitable. If you ask me, I think you must apologize for what you said. When she was her degree awarded, when I was in Britain, I stayed with an English family who lived عاقل. Your grades are impressive. رائعة. Most of the people whose houses Ali has a from Tanta University degree. Lord of the Flies, a story in which Mr. Hazmi was left in charge of. My grandfather died in 2000, after which كده يا شباب عايزك تراجع الجزء اللي احنا هننده ده كويس قوي. تركز في الجزء المتروك. وإن شاء الله نكون بالتفصيل في ال Distinguished Students وآخر جزء في Sample تيست بتاع Unit 3 عشان فيه 4 جمل مهمين.